G'day guys, Q-Bowhunter here. Just want to do a quick little video talking about packing up your bags, your go bags, your bugger bags, whatever you want to call it. Just because I'm starting to reorganise mine a little bit, so I thought it'd be a good time to do a quick little video. Now the main thing that, well, and when people talk about the inch bag or the I'm not coming home bag or whatever, and I think that's a slightly diluted concept. I don't think there's any possible way that anyone will be able to carry all the gear they're ever going to need on their bag, on their pack, on their back. So I think one of the main things that gets sort of overlooked is the weight and the size of everything. In my sort of area, you're either in like dense bush pretty much, or on a steep incline, or on the flat. So it'll be like dead flat. Like if we look outside, see if I can get a look around from the side. So it'll be bloody, just everything's flat. It's flat, it's flat, it's flat. As far as you can see, it's just flat. Oh no, there's a fence there. Better view. What's left of the wood pile from the winter. So it's just flat. These are the Canterbury Plains of New Zealand, South Island, and then it's so if you're only on the flat, the size of your gear, the weight probably isn't going to be anywhere near as much of a concern as if you're in the mountains. But just because you are generally on the flat doesn't mean that your bag should be stupidly heavy, because at the end of the day you've got to carry it. It's going to make you less effective at doing everything else. It's going to make you more tired, going to make you want to carry, well, you're going to need to eat more food to or intake more, have a higher calorific intake to keep up with the extra energy expenditure you're going to be using. So I try and find, I'm not an advocate of ultra lightweight stuff either, but there is, I think, a few parts of that can be adapted and used for general sort of prepping and packing methods. Like my pack is by no means ultra light. It's the one I got at the moment. It's that Everly stock Phantom. I think it's Phantom or Operator, one of the two. I think it's Phantom, and it's a great pack. It's about 50 litres internal capacity, and that's including these side pouches, I believe, and then big top compartment that I keep all the stuff I'm going to need to access in a hurry in. And it's got the rifle scabbard down the back. On the hip belt I've got my Maxpedition 12x5, which is a little mini survival kit in it. Stainless steel Nalgene bottle, all that stuff. There's that SOG saw that CJ sent me. I'm going to give that a whirl because I'm hopefully going to be taking this out not that long. Then I got my big medical kit on the side, so that's got, and my Leatherman Wave. Medical kit's got your standard sort of hemostatic agents, bandages, painkillers, saline solutions, a tourniquet, and it has my emergency personal locator beacon thing in there as well, just in case. You never know when you might actually need that. That was a present from my old man. Now down the back, I try and limit the amount of crap I'm carrying, and sort of try and leave the bulk of the weight up to what I'm going to be sleeping in. So that's 1, that's what I'm sleeping in. 2 is the pack itself. 3 is going to be food. Everything else is extra weight, and you don't really need it. It's comfort items mainly. So on the inside of the pack, I don't have anything down there because that's where it's got the separator in the pack, which is actually quite neat. But it's got all these little pockets if you do want to put the stuff down there. But I usually just dump. This is my big dry bag that I keep my sleeping bag and my extra clothes in. It's about 30 litres. So you want to throw your clothes and crap in a decent dry bag. I've used, do I actually have any around that I can show you? I've got some little ones, but they aren't the best. I've had a few catch. Is there one in here? Oh yeah, there you go. This one might be alright, but I've got another few of them and they've caught Yeah, that was the only good one I've got left. All the others have just had a little spark land on them from the fire, and they just go whoomp, and just a big hole in them. Can't do anything about it. Big, heavy duty, sort of, I don't even know what it is, but it's thick as anything. It's a bit heavier than those little ones, obviously, but I'm not worried about getting a puncture anytime from anything normal, especially not when it's inside the pack. But you definitely want to keep your sleeping bag and all that sort of associated stuff dry. But little stuff I've got, just sort of segregated from the rest of it. That little hygiene kit I've done a video on. It's got a Right in the Rain notepad. I've got a hard case, waterproof, that's got some weapons maintenance equipment in it, like a bore snake and some oil, because I mainly don't want the oil getting in the rest of my crap. I got some thermal gloves in there. In this little pocket I've got two pens and a pencil for writing things. I've got a big Vivid somewhere as well that I've been meaning to put in as well, just in case, but I need to get around to that. I can't do that up with one hand either. On all my packs I have these little tritium vials, and they should glow for, like, passively glow for about 25 years. Just get them off like DL Extreme or something. They're like $10 US each or something for the little dinky ones. Just helps you find it in the dark. And so I've got my SAS balaclava, awesome bit of kit. Used it, I've gone through heaps of different balaclavas, and I always come back to that one, or beanies even. A couple hanks of paracord. I got my Phoenix LD20 with a red filter on the front of it, and some spare batteries on the headband. An extra chapstick, a Zippo. I need to work out a way to keep some fuel in the pack for that in case I need to grab it and go, but that's a solution I've been thinking of coming up with soon. And then like half a roll of toilet paper. There's cotton ball soaked in Vaseline, half a candle, my sewing kit in inverted commas, which is just a roll of thread with some pins and needles straight through the middle of it. It's all I've ever. I'm not a big sewer, but it's a useful skill to have, I think. Now I know how to sew things up. Some water purification tablets, and a roll of, I think it's Vietnam era a roll of tripwire. But that's great for snares and stuff. I actually snared a few rabbits with another roll of this I had. Out on my grandparents' farm, so it does work. Don't know how I'd trust it for bigger stuff, but I'm sure you could weave some together. On the inside of it I've got a couple of safety pins. So that's all the little stuff really. And then you've got selections of knives and more paracord and saws and nails and just about every other bloody thing on the planet. Boots down there. I'm going to be testing out that saw that's on the, just there. I've got the axe out at the moment, because it's a bit of a heavy beastie. I'm just going through and repacking some stuff, but hopefully that'll give you guys some ideas or whatever, maybe to rethink if you're planning on carrying half the contents of your house with you. And if you are planning on doing it, I'd definitely suggest doing a few dry runs tramping, because that'll make you reconsider how much weight you want to carry, especially over a long-term situation. That's also why I upgraded the packs from that Rush 72, because over a multi-day tramp, if the pack isn't comfortable for you, then, and you don't like it over 2 or 3 days, imagine how much that's going to suck carrying it for, like, if you are into the whole, long-term lone survivor thing. Imagine how it's going to, how much that would suck to carry it for like 3 or 4 months at a time, moving from place to place. Anyway, rightio guys, cheers, bye.